Do you want to learn something faster, easier, and with better retention? Whether you're learning a new skill, a foreign language, professional knowledge, or simply reading to gain deeper insights, this video will help you shorten your learning time, increase efficiency, and retain knowledge longer. In this video, I'll share 5 fast learning strategies, easy to apply, scientifically proven, and tested in real life. You don't need to study for hours every day. You don't need to memorize everything like a machine. By simply adjusting the way you learn, you'll see a significant and lasting difference. By the end of this video, you'll know how to identify the key knowledge areas to focus on instead of trying to learn everything. Maximize your study time 3 to 4 times more effectively than before. Retain knowledge longer with less effort. Optimize concentration and avoid procrastination, even when you're busy. Most importantly, turn learning from a burden into something you control. This is not just another motivational video. This is a practical guide to help you learn anything, strategically, systematically, and efficiently. You might be a working professional looking to upgrade your skills, a self-learner studying languages, digital skills, design, communication, etc. Someone who reads books but struggles to remember the content, or simply someone who feels like they're learning but not improving. No worries. Anyone can learn better if they know how. We've been used to traditional learning methods: read, write, repeat, forget. But in today's world, learning fast and smart is the real advantage. And in the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how to do that. So if you're serious about learning, no matter what you're studying, stay until the end of the video. I promise you'll gain at least one useful tip that you can apply immediately. Let's get started. Tip 1. Focus on what matters. Learn what you need, skip what you don't. One of the most common learning mistakes is trying to learn everything evenly in the hope of mastering it all. It sounds logical, but in reality, this is what makes learning slow, frustrating, and ineffective. The 80-20 principle in learning. This is the famous Pareto principle. 20% of the content creates 80% of the results. In learning, this means only a small portion of what you learn plays a crucial role in helping you understand and apply knowledge. The rest is extra, repetitive, or non-essential, not contributing much to real progress. For example, if you're learning a language, you don't need to know 10,000 words. Just 2,000 common words will let you understand 80 to 90% of everyday conversations. If you're learning programming, you don't need to study every complex algorithm from the start. Mastering basic logical structures and real-world applications is far more effective. The reality: studying everything, learning poorly. I made this mistake when learning communication skills. I bought 3 to 4 thick books, read everything, and took detailed notes. But after a month, I still felt awkward and ineffective in conversations. The problem? I was studying everything instead of focusing on real-life situations I needed most. Later, I switched to focusing on common workplace conversation patterns, techniques for speaking clearly, concisely, and effectively. In just 1 to 2 weeks, my improvement was noticeable. So what should you do? 1. Find the gold in the knowledge mine. Before studying, ask yourself, what is my goal? If I only had 2 hours to learn, what would I focus on? What essential parts do I not know but need to use immediately? These questions help you focus on the most valuable parts instead of wasting time on unimportant details. 2. Prioritize weak spots and high-impact areas. Don't keep reviewing what you already know. It feels easy, but it won't make you better. Face the areas you struggle with. That's where real progress happens. 3. Follow real-world structures. If you're learning for work, focus on job requirements. If you're preparing for an exam, focus on past questions and key topics. If you're learning for communication, practice real-life situations. Conclusion: learning more doesn't make you smarter. Learning the right things does. Don't fall into the trap of working hard but not smart. Every minute you spend learning should have a clear goal and a smart strategy. In the next strategy, I'll show you a powerful technique to optimize your study time. Smart time limits to help you learn less but achieve more. Tip 2. Time limits. Study short but effectively. If you've spent an entire afternoon studying but still feel like you've accomplished nothing, don't worry. You're not alone. I've been there too. Opening a book at 2 p.m. and by 6 p.m. I'm still stuck on the first few pages. The feeling of studying for a long time but not absorbing anything. The problem isn't that you're not hardworking, it's that you lack limits. There's a well-known rule called Parkinson's Law. Work expands to fill the time available for its completion. Simply put, if you give yourself 4 hours to complete a task, it will take 4 hours. But if you only allow 1 hour, you'll be surprised at how efficiently you can finish it. The same goes for studying. If you don't set a time limit, your brain won't feel the urgency and won't optimize anything, leading to endless procrastination. Creating positive pressure, study. Like you're on a deadline. When you set a clear time limit for a study session, your brain activates a state of deep focus. Instead of getting distracted by your phone, social media, or random thoughts, you enter a highly productive work zone, even if it's short. Science has proven that controlled study time improves memory retention, speeds up processing, and reduces procrastination. Practical application: how to use time limits effectively. 1. Break down your goals. Don't say, "Today I'll finish this entire chapter." Say, "In 25 minutes I'll complete section A. Then I'll take a 5-minute break before moving on to section B." The most popular method is the Pomodoro technique. 25 minutes of deep focus, 5-minute break. After 4 sessions, take a longer break, 15 to 20 minutes. You can adjust it to 40-10 or 50/10, as long as the time is short enough to force intense focus. 2. Use a countdown timer. Keep a timer in front of you. The key is, seeing time pass motivates you to speed up. 3. Set a clear ending point. "I will study until 8 p.m. and then stop" is more effective than "I will study until I'm done." Without a stopping point, you're more likely to feel exhausted, drag things out, or give up midway. 4th, evaluate. After each session. After each study block, ask yourself, did I achieve my goal? If not, why? How should I adjust my next time block? This helps you fine-tune your study efficiency daily. Conclusion: time limits aren't restrictions. They're frameworks to boost productivity. Effective studying isn't about sitting for long hours, but about knowing when to start, when to stop, and what to do in between. A personal tip: set small, clear goals within a time frame. Your brain needs time to get familiar with new knowledge. Don't aim too big or vague. It makes quitting easier. Start small, and you'll go further than you think. Tip 3. Positive thinking. Your brain follows what you believe. Have you noticed? Every time you start studying with thoughts like, "This is so hard," "I'll be up all night trying to finish this," or "I'm just not good at this," the results almost always turn out bad. That's not a coincidence. Your initial beliefs create a negative psychological script that slows you down, makes you lose motivation, and leads to quick burnout. Mindset, actions, results. A famous study from Harvard University found that people who believe their actions bring positive benefits, e.g., believing that working helps keep them fit, actually experience better health outcomes, even without changing their lifestyle. In other words, if you believe in the positive value of what you're doing, your brain and body will work better to help you succeed. The same applies to studying. If you approach it with the mindset, "This won't take long to learn. I can understand this step by step," your brain will engage actively rather than resist, helping you learn faster and remember better. How to adjust your learning mindset. 1. Say it out loud and be specific. Don't just think positively, speak positively. Before you start studying, say, or write down, "I will understand this in 30 minutes. This isn't hard, I just need to take it step by step. Learning this will improve my skills in ABC." It sounds simple, but this pre-programs your brain to enter a positive, receptive state. 2. Avoid negative phrases like, "This is so boring," "I'm just not cut out for this," "It'll take me forever to finish." These words may seem harmless, but they lower your motivation and slow down information processing. 3. Remember why you're learning. Are you learning this to switch careers? To boost your confidence in conversations? To achieve a bigger goal? When you have a strong enough reason, your brain will prioritize learning, processing information faster and more effectively. Conclusion. You don't have to love studying right away, but you do need to believe that you are fully capable of learning if you have the right approach and mindset. A positive mindset won't turn you into a genius overnight, but it paves the way for every improvement ahead. Tip 4. Flexible learning, combining multiple methods and tools. One of the reasons you struggle to remember what you learn or fail to grasp concepts deeply is that you rely on just one learning method. For example, you only read, or only listen, or only write. But the human brain is not a photocopier. It doesn't memorize things well through pure repetition. On the contrary, the brain retains information better when activated through multiple senses and perspectives. The brain's multidimensional memory mechanism. According to neuroscientists, effective memory retention happens when multiple areas of the brain are activated. Information is processed in different formats: visual, auditory, kinesthetic, etc. The brain is forced to rethink the content from different angles. This explains why reading while speaking aloud, writing, and drawing diagrams helps you remember much better than just silently reading. Flexible application. Learning is not a single method, it's a combination. Here are some simple ways to diversify your learning approach. 1. Create mind maps or SHA infographics. Transform lengthy content into diagrams. A quick glance and you understand, especially effective for visual learners. 2. Speak aloud or explain to someone else. When you have to explain, your brain automatically synthesizes the information, leading to deeper understanding. Use the Feynman technique. If you can't explain something simply, you don't understand it well enough. 3. Self-test and create your own questions. Don't just reread. Engage in active learning by asking and answering questions. Example. After studying a section, write 5 questions and try answering them the next day. 4. Use learning tools, especially AI tools like ChatGPT can help you. Summarize complex content into concise, easy-to-understand points. Generate practice questions. Explain concepts using real-life examples. Create a study plan tailored to your specific goals. Instead of struggling with tons of materials, leverage AI as your learning assistant. 5. Learn from multiple sources. Multi-channel learning. Read books. Listen to podcasts. Watch explanatory videos. Apply knowledge in practice. This exposes your brain to the same information from different angles, significantly improving retention. Conclusion. Effective learning is active and flexible. When you shift from passive absorption to multidimensional processing, you'll be surprised by how much deeper you understand and how well you can apply what you learn. Tip 5. Study, sleep, review. The golden formula for long-lasting memory. Have you ever studied a ton of material, felt like you got it all, but then forgot everything just 1 to 2 days later? That's because you skipped one of the most crucial steps in the learning process: sleep, and reviewing at the right time. The brain doesn't store right away. It needs background processing. While studying, you're loading information into short-term memory. However, in order for knowledge to be stored in long-term memory, where you can recall and use it anytime, your brain needs time to process, filter, and transfer the information. This is where sleep plays a key role. The science of sleep and memory. Research from Harvard University and many neuroscience centers shows during sleep, especially deep sleep, your brain strengthens newly learned information, discards irrelevant data, builds connections between new and existing knowledge. People who get enough sleep after studying remember 2 to 3 times more than those who study the same amount but don't sleep well. On the flip side, pulling an all-nighter can make you forget up to 50% of what you studied, even if you worked super hard. Reviewing at the right time locks in your memory. Another equally important factor is reviewing based on the Ebbinghaus forgetting curve. If you don't review, you will. Forget 50% after one day. Forget 70 to 80% after a few days. Almost completely forget after 1 week. But if you just review at the right time, 1 to 2 days after learning, your memory will be reinforced and last much longer. How to apply. Study. Sleep. Review. Study just enough, then sleep on time. Instead of staying up late, finish earlier to get at least 6 to 7 hours of deep sleep. Sleep is the save file stage. Don't shut down before saving. 2. Use the sleep sandwich. A simple but powerful formula. Learn a section, sleep review that section. Helps you strengthen, clarify, and store info in long-term memory. 3. Smart review schedule. Use spaced repetition. Round 1, initial study. Round 2, review after 1 day. Round 3, review after 1 day. 3 days. Round 4, review after 1 week. Each review reinforces memory and slows down forgetting significantly. 4. Avoid cramming. Cramming before a deadline causes stress and is almost useless in the long run. Instead, break down the content and spread it out. A little each day equals lighter load, longer memory. Conclusion. Don't underestimate the power of sleeping enough and reviewing at the right time. All your study efforts will be wiped out if you don't give your brain time to process and store. Being a great learner isn't just about working hard, it's about letting your brain do the work, even while you sleep. Summary. Now you've got 5 effective learning strategies. Not just theory, but methods I've personally tested, tweaked, and seen real results from. I used to study for hours and feel exhausted with no progress. But with just a few small changes, like setting time limits, focusing on the right things, or simply sleeping well, I clearly saw learning no longer felt like a battle, but something I could truly take control of. And now, it's your turn. Don't just watch and forget. Try it now. Start small. Set a 30-minute timer for your next study session. Pick just one key topic to focus on. Or simply, get a full night's sleep after studying. You'll be surprised at how fast results show up. Remember, studying more isn't better than studying right. Being smart isn't better than knowing how. And sometimes, big changes start with very small actions. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to support me in sharing more. Thanks for staying until the end. Wishing you easier learning and bigger progress every day.